Imagine growing up and finding out your entire childhood and really existence was merely a product of your parents' brand. And yet somehow the entire internet seems to think that it's still wholesome family content. But that's where we land right now because the Churco family are pregnant with baby number 5. 5 kids in 5 years, all raised entirely online for millions of strangers to consume daily as their entertainment. Before this baby has even taken its first breath, its face, its milestones, best moments, worst moments, tantrums are already a part of a business model. And that's the part that nobody wants to say out loud. But we're gonna talk about it. Let's go, guys. Quickly, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for clicking on my video among the plethora of other videos available to you. And thank you to those who show up video after video. I appreciate your support more than anything. And if you're new here, welcome. Again, thank you for clicking in. I'm Sasha, and this here is Mickey, and we have Minnie on over here. Minnie on display back here. And on this channel, we call out influencers for their terrible, crappy, awful behaviors. So if that sounds interesting, valuable, educational, whatever the case may be to you, I would love it if you would subscribe and join us for all future uploads. And if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like, a hype, all the things, and leave your thoughts down below. It really helps out the channel, and I love hearing from you guys. But that's enough of that. Let's talk the Churco family. So for those of you that have been around for a while, you've heard me talk about the Churcos before, but for those of you who have no idea who the Churco family are, I do have quite a few videos I've done on them, including a comprehensive deep dive where I dove deep into the pranks and the psychology behind why the pranks could be harmful for, especially for young children. And I'm really proud of that. So if you're curious and want to dive deeper into like the Churco family lore, I will link it hopefully here and down in the description box. But basically, they are a family vlogging couple run by Nick and Lainey Churco, and together they have 4 kids born and a 5th one on the way, and they've had 5 kids in 5 years. And now what it really feels like, given the escalation of things over time, is they are solely having kids for content, which is really messed up if you think about it. But I say this because their brand is entirely surrounding their children and being family vloggers. And on top of that, we have these ridiculous videos like the world's largest gender reveal, which they did last summer for their youngest current child. So it's always the biggest, it's always the best, it's always the most this or most that. But also, they tend to pull pranks on their children that go way too far. They push their children to the point where they are visibly distressed and crying on camera, and they post that to the internet for millions to consume as entertainment. That's where things go from, you know, innocent, wholesome family fun to you are traumatizing your children and plastering their negative reactions all over the internet. One of the biggest dangers with this is not only normalizing this kind of behavior and treatment towards children, because they have a primarily very young audience and they are normalizing treating your kids like this, which anyone who's a grown-up knows that this isn't how we treat children. We don't push children to the point of tears and then just laugh in their faces, which the Churcos have done multiple times over multiple years and multiple kids. So we have the fact that it risks normalizing the behavior for the audience and other people start pranking their children and treating their children this way. But we also have the fact that these children are far too young to conceptualize a lot of the pranks that their parents pull on them and don't realize that it's a prank. They are living in a constant state of fight or flight. And it's really sad to watch. And on top of that, posting children having meltdowns and crying to the internet feeds one really sick and deranged audience in a not so nice way. It is content that predators feed off of. And I don't want to villainize all of their followers because I do get it. Some of them are just watching these super cute kids do super cute things on the internet. Right, aside from the pranks, that is. I feel like maybe a lot of them are boomers, for example, who are just getting their daily dose of dopamine from these children. they're pretty funny. The girls are pretty funny and they have really cute kids. So it makes sense why people would be drawn to this type of content. But ultimately, kids cannot consent to being posted online, especially in the ways that the Churco family posts their children online. And at that, it is not a child's responsibility to give you a daily dose of dopamine. I was looking at the comments alone on their pregnancy announcement, and some of them were like, I feel like I've been here since Blakely was born, and I feel like her internet aunt. Stop. No, you're not. She's a stranger on the internet. Some stranger's kid on the internet. You don't actually know them. And for those kids being approached by like, I'm your internet auntie, that would be terrifying. No, you're a stranger. Stranger danger, unless the Churcos aren't teaching their kids about stranger danger, which they're big and famous. So we can't be mean to fans, right? So no stranger danger. It's just a really messy gray area for kids to be raised in. And again, they cannot consent to having their lives plastered online. So we're gonna watch the pregnancy announcement YouTube video here because I'm curious to see what they have to say. I'm curious to see if they blame breastfeeding for this baby, even though that happened for the last baby. You never know. But one thing I was thinking is these two have no work experience. They have no real life experience. They started having babies young and they've had 5 consecutive pregnancies. When family vlogging is no longer a thing, what are these people going to do? They are going to end up with 6, 7, 8, 9 children, and soon it's going to be universal that young children are not going to be allowed to be displayed on social media. There's places over in Europe that are doing it now, no kids under 14. Tennessee just passed a law that no kids under 14 are allowed to be posted in monetized social media content, and pay has to be put aside for these children for their future between 14 and 17 years old. Now, the Churco family are quite a ways off from having teenagers. Their kids are 5 and under. What are they going to do if family vlogging gets disbanded? And who ends up suffering because of it? Because I can tell you this, they will never make as much money as they are making right now. They are probably still making a decent amount of money because they have fans that are obsessed with them, go to bat for them, the whole 9 yards. What are these two going to do when family vlogging is no longer a thing? Because you cannot tell me that anybody is going to this channel for Nick and Lainey. They're a couple of immature adults and they're not that entertaining. Maybe for young people, they might be entertaining. It might be above my comedy style. I don't know. But you can't tell me that the vast majority of their views are for Nick and Lainey. And we can probably prove that very easily by going to their channel and looking for the lone video that only has Lainey in it or only has Nick in it, which it probably doesn't even exist because they can't go a single moment without filming their children and exploiting them on the internet. But anyway, I guarantee that those videos have considerably less views than the videos with the children in it. It's obviously, right? So I'm genuinely curious because it will be a very jarring change for them when they go from making millions of dollars a year to a regular salary. On top of the job market being trash, I mean, they probably have a little bit to prepare for this, but the job market's trash. They have no work experience. I'm just curious what they're going to do when family vlogging is no longer a thing, because it's coming. It's coming for us. And it can't come soon enough. So we can hope and pray that they're putting money away, saving it for a rainy day, have some high yielding investments going on. But you know they don't. You know they don't. They were probably never taught how to do that. They liquidate all of their money. We've seen it. The world's largest gender reveal. That's not free. That probably cost them thousands of dollars. Which, yes, they get to write off, but they still had to spend that money, and they're probably not getting a huge tax return for that. If anything, they probably owe money for taxes. So Anyway, that's just kind of a side note that I was thinking, like, what are they going to do? Because they are going to have a mass amount of children that they're going to need to feed, that are going to be aging into sports and recreation and wanting to do stuff and eating more food because they're getting bigger and all the things. And they're not going to be making money like this anymore. And it's going to be very, very hard for them to get a decent paying job that will sustain a large family. But let's take a look at their announcement now. They've been baiting it for a little while with Blakely pretending that she was pregnant, which was in my last update on the Churco family. So I don't know. But I feel so bad for the children, especially the girls, because they're the ones that are used so heavily on the channel. They're the ones that have the big, oh, this is only 3 minutes long, so that's good. They're the ones that have the big emotions, big reactions, stuff like that. And now they have their little tiebreaker. On Instagram, their announcement caption reads, "Baby number 5, we feel so incredibly blessed. While a lot of people may wonder just how we do it, we just do. God said, I choose them. He chose us. What a precious gift. There is nothing quite like knowing God looked down on you and deemed you worthy of being parents to 5 babies. This is all I've ever wanted, hoped, and prayed for. The Lord heard our prayers, and all of our babies are testaments to that. Being a mom is a privilege that will never be taken lightly." Not that she will never take lightly. That will never be taken lightly. Words matter. "Thank you, Jesus, our little tiebreaker. We can't wait for you." Maybe I'm biased, but labeling this baby as the little tiebreaker already, I don't know. I feel bad for these kids. That's what it comes down to. So let's watch this. Our girls found out we're pregnant. Stuff. Okay.
Take a pregnancy test. And Nick and I thought it would be so fun and so special to let the girls look at it first and actually find out first if there's a baby in mommy's belly.
Of course you did. Of course they did this. Wow. This is like one-upping this whole like pregnancy thing. You know, when people take a pregnancy test and you're like, you obviously looked at it first or whatever, just setting up the camera to take the pee test, to like look at it on camera. I get it. You get that real raw emotion reaction and stuff. This is one-upping that. They're getting the girls to look first. But it's not exploitation, right? It's not using the kids for content. Okay.
So, girls, if there's 2 lines that look like a cross, that means there's a baby in there. And if there's just 1 line, there's no baby. Mommy's gonna go pee-pee on this. I'm gonna put it in front of you. And I'm going to put it back in here, and then when mommy says go, you're going to take it out. And then you guys are going to see first. Okay?
And then you guys?
Yeah, and then us, okay?
Okay, so Mamacita is peeing on the stick right now.
Yep.
Oh, there comes the stick.
Okay.
I'm surprised she's not, encouraging them to suck on it or something. Last time we put it in food. At least there's that. This time, it's not in food that they're going to put in their mouth. They're just letting them look at it first.
All right, don't open it yet. Mommy's gonna sit it right here. Okay?
Just wait.
Just leave it there and wait. It usually takes like 3 minutes. All right, mommy and daddy are gonna leave. And you guys are gonna tell mommy and daddy if there's 2 lines, okay? Okay.
I love how they coach their kids to squeal on camera, because Briar totally looked over and she was like, "Eee," like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So they obviously cut that because the girls had no idea what to do. That's funny. I don't know why it's so glitchy, sorry. Aw, duck. Hi, duck. And Allie, They were taking pictures and there's just an alligator chilling there. That's so scary. Oh my God. Oh my God. I live in a much different environment than them. That's scary to me.
Two lines. And there's a baby in there.
Okay, guys. What? There's two. Babe,
What?
it's so dark.
Holy crap.
I never know right now.
Girls, mommy has a baby in her belly.
I never know right now.
No, she's not. There's a baby in my belly.
I have to push it out right now.
That felt really fake to me. I don't know why. Again, maybe I'm scorned. I will admit it. I will admit that perhaps I am scorned, and that's why it felt fake to me. Indeed. But I was looking through the comments on their Instagram, and some of them are just weird. So one, I can't wait to meet my new little bestie. A stranger's baby on the internet. Your little bestie. Okay. And this one, I feel like I'm their aunt. Been here since Bakey was not even one. Me too. Same though. And then this one, I found weird. It was commented by a man. He's got a fake profile picture, obviously. Sissy Breyer loves you, dear. God bless you. So I'm pretty sure this person is saying that they're in love with Breyer. A literal toddler. Yay, we are pregnant. And then this one I found and I thought was weird after scrolling for a bit. I had a dream from God the other night that said Lainey is pregnant, and this is the proof that the dream was right. What? Who said? These people are too invested in the Churco family's lives. That is a weird thing to say. I had a dream from God. God spoke to me and told me that why the fuck would God tell you that Lainey is pregnant? That a random family vlogger on the internet is pregnant, and there you go. The dream was right. The religious psychosis that some people are in and in complete denial about is wild. That's a video topic in itself, this whole religious psychosis cult thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. But apparently God told this random woman that this internet stranger influencer is pregnant. And there you go. She was right. What? Anyway, I'm sure we will have, the pregnancy cravings. I'm sure we will have a video about, is it a boy or girl? All the gender predictions. I'm sure we're going to have an egregious gender reveal, which I'm curious to see how they one up themselves, because last year when they did the gender reveal, it was ridiculous and they scared the crap out of their babies because they blew off fireworks and confetti and littered the entire universe with their gender reveal. Wild. What else are we going to see? We're obviously going to have a birth announcement and birth story and birth whatever. I think she learned her lesson, though, to not pull early labor pranks, at least, because they almost got canceled for that. But I guess we'll see if there's any type of pregnancy pranks that come. And yeah, definitely the cravings and the gender predictions and all the typical influencer stuff that they post, because the only content they have is having babies and exploiting them online for people to consume as entertainment. In their worst, most vulnerable moments, their best moments, their milestones, all of it is just turned into content for this production company. Their kids are slaves to their parents' demands and content. That's not a childhood. And yeah, right now, maybe they don't realize what's going on. Maybe they don't understand. And for now, they're young, so it's just fun and it's this and whatever. But they will one day. They will start to not want to do this. They already kind of are, some of them, starting to not want to be in content. You can tell by their mannerisms, by the way they act when the camera's on, when they're doing certain things, by mom setting up Briar and Briar just like not reacting, which actually one really gross prank that Lainey did recently, which is just completely eroding her daughter's trust, even more than it's already like non-existent because of the pranks that they pull, because they're in constant fight or flight, because their parents are constantly tormenting them for views. She showed Briar an empty egg and said, look, it's empty. We're going to throw a fake egg at daddy. You know, it'll be funny. And then she gave the kid a real egg and threw it and went, why did you throw a real egg on the ground? And she was like, I didn't. And then she was all confused and stuff. And she thankfully didn't give them the big meltdown reaction they were looking for. But that's what she did. She set her kid up for failure. She said, you can trust me. The egg is just fake. It's empty. And then gave her a real egg to throw at her dad. And then she blamed her. Why would you do that? You told me to do it. And this kid is 2.5, 3 years old.
Look, Bri, I have a fake egg. Look, there's nothing in it. It's fake. It's a fake egg. Do you want to prank Daddy?
Yeah.
I'll give you a fake egg, okay?
Okay.
Nothing inside of it.
Okay.
So you're going to go up to Daddy and throw it at his feet, okay?
Okay.
It's a fake egg, okay?
Okay.
You excited?
Yes.
All right, there's your fake egg. Say, Daddy!
Daddy! There's a mail.
What do you have?
Fake egg.
Sissy Briar. That was not a fake egg.
Yes, it was.
Look at that. That is not a fake egg.
Yes, it was.
Does that look like a fake egg?
Yes.
Sissy Briar, look at it. Look. That's not a fake egg.
Yes, it was.
Sissy, why'd you throw a real egg?
Because
It's a really sad life that these kids are living because their entire livelihood exists solely as entertainment for people on the internet, for millions of strangers. And they are going to grow up and resent their parents for this one day. On top of that, they're going to go through a really, really hard time when family vlogging is finally disbanded across the United States. Because it's coming. It's a slow roll for some reason. Don't know why, but it's coming. This is no longer going to be a thing. And what are these people going to do? Guess we'll see. But that's what I have for you for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I hope you are enjoying the beautiful weather. I hope for those who celebrate, you had a lovely May 2-4 long weekend. I'm so glad. I started doing some gardening and stuff, and obviously, like, we're losing our health soon. So a lot of my stuff is going to be in pots this year, but I made sure to get some fresh soil and I set them all up for success. I got some pepper plants, some tomato plants going, some peas and beans. We're going to have a buffet of fresh veggies, and I'm very excited. Are you growing anything? Let me know down below. And again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.